And we are live. Welcome back, everyone. We're doing some playthrough of Seraph in the Darkness tonight. It's been a little bit over a week since I first dove into this on a live stream. And since then, I've been sick, so we're jumping back in. I haven't stopped playing it, but I haven't streamed because I'm largely just getting my voice back. So this is a game on the BNB / ETH blockchain. Just jumping in, I'm on, what we have here is a level 38 Valkyrie, which is, I've chosen to go Javelin and Shield with her. I've learned a lot about this since I started playing it. Just to get the kind of the elephant out of the room, yeah, it very much reminds me of Diablo 3. As I've probably put, I don't know, 30 hours into it by this point, but I'm doing pretty well. I just jumped into Act 6. Let's look at... Yeah, Act 6 out of 10. And then after Act 10, you get into the Void Realm. I've been looking into what all entails on the Play2Earn part. And it's largely kind of confusing. But a lot of that involves getting through the storyline first and then getting into the end game and getting into the NFTs, which are largely pretty expensive. I've been looking at those. You buy them with Ethereum. Hey, Ankh12C, thanks for jumping in. We're doing a little bit more playthrough tonight. I'm level 38, Valkyrie. At the very beginning, I went into a Javelin and Shield build. And at the beginning, before I got this Conqueror's Sweep at level 15, I was about to give it up because largely the tracking and the handling in this game is not as exacting as in other games. So if you want to kind of strafe around and circle around a boss mob, it doesn't work exactly right when you're using one of these other powers. Like with the Valkyrie, the Unbreakable Thrust is a very powerful forward-facing attack, and it will go through multiple enemies. Very powerful, but it's hard to time right because there's a delay between your movement and when you hit that button. Yes, I would like it if you, it would help me out if you smash that like. I appreciate it. But then after I largely picked up these Energy Thrust and Unbreakable Thrust, which are much the same as they are a forward-facing attack and they go through multiple enemies, very strong, but hard to time, and you often find that you're running around and you hit that attack button, but by the time your attack goes off, the mob's behind you or something like that, right? But once I picked up Conqueror's Sweep, this is an AoE, which turns out is really powerful. And if you've played ARPGs before, such as Diablo or whatever, you know that largely a lot of builds are around AoEs because you're largely mobbed by a lot of creatures, right? So I got into that, and I've spec'd that out and put as many points in as I possibly can. It only lets me put 1 point in per level now, but basically I'm just jumping in and I'm trying to get to in-game so we can check out the tokenization and the earning potential. I was over on their page. Let's jump over here. So this is the page. This isn't the best look, but this is the page you go to on ActPass if you want to buy some items. And there's a whole long laundry list of, there's a lot of stuff I just don't even know what what it does, right? Obviously, some of the stuff is easy to tell what it is. It's the armor and such, which, as you can see, varies between 0.17 ETH all the way up to multiple ETH, which is quite expensive. But in a lot of cases, these are the Genesis NFTs, and I'm not exactly sure the use case, but I do know that in the in-game you need to wear these, and the more NFTs you're wearing, the higher score your character has, and the higher percentage drop rate of NFTs you have in the game. And these are in special dungeons that, just like a lot of several other of these games we're playing that are play to earn, you have to pay to go into the dungeon a certain amount, and then you can reap the rewards from that dungeon, get chests which have the percentage, a small percentage chance of having NFTs, which in turn you can take and wear those NFTs, use those to buff your own character up, or turn around and sell them on the market. Or there's a lot of use case here where they have a lot built in to the game where you can modify the equipment itself. You know, like say, for instance, you like several of the affixes to the equipment, but you don't like one. You can turn around and remove that, add another one, re-roll. So they have a lot of this going on in the game. So it's not exactly a easy learning curve, but I am getting into that. So let's go ahead and come over here. When I last left off, I needed to talk to Apothecary Metalaws. I'm going to turn that desktop audio up so you can hear the voiceovers, hopefully. Okay.
Well, meddling is quite a gift. It's been a long time, Mr. Hero of Sonora, and your enthusiasm has saved us a great deal of time. Now it's time to reveal the truth about the crystal's power. The room to the left of this church has a special shrine that Zaire has remodeled using the power of Dantalian, which gives it a sort of specialness between angels and demons. It also means that it can peek into more of the mysteries of Seraphosia. Go ahead and offer this crystal to the shrine. It will reveal to you where the power of these crystals comes from.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, offer a crystal shard to the Sonora Cathedral Shrine. Looks like we have to go over here. Go up to the cathedral. Yeah, I just cleared this place out. That's why there's blood all over the floor. Blank paper. That gave me 5 attribute points. Didn't know exactly which way to go with this character, so I kind of split it down the middle and went strength dex and then dumped some into vitality because, you know, everybody can use more vitality, right? I also had to dump some in energy because I found myself starting to be limited to the equipment that I could equip because it had a vitality requirement on it, and I wasn't putting any points, or not vitality but energy. I wasn't putting any points into energy, and so I had to start dumping some in to be able to equip the better equipment. Okay, let's go back over here.
Oh, Mr. Hero of Sonora, your face is covered with a thick cloud of doubt. Come and tell me just what you see in the answers of the shrine. A blank piece of paper? I must say you've really got a lot of humor since you've been to the Kingdom of Undead. Is this some kind of death sneer? Well, This shrine, as a tool for Zaire to spy on the power of Dantalion, probably does need some counterpart to activate it. There should be some of Dantalion's blood left in the bottom of the
Are you able to
cell.
hear this?
Maybe
these
that can help
voiceovers?
us activate this shrine.
I'm going to lower the background music and sound effects a little bit. Hopefully that helps out. Okay, so now we have to go up here to the shrine. Oh, we have to go back into the dungeon. We have to go to the bottom of the dungeon and collect Dantalion's blood. Okay. You'll see that I largely use the AoE, and I spam it a lot because, like I said, the straightforward attack is helpful on like the main boss mobs, but it's hard to position on a lot of the other mobs. Okay. And I've found that I've become very limited by my bag space. And buying extra bags is like 10 bucks a piece. Which, if you're going to play this long term, I would say that that would kind of have to be a must buy. At least 1 or 2 extra. There's level 39. Because it's very limiting. Like my chest that I keep everything in up in the settlement is completely full at this point. I need to stop and allocate my points. I've been having a lot of fun with the game. I mean, I think at this point I would have figured out if I didn't want to play it. I'm still learning in the learning phase as far as what the earning potential is. I'm a little bit hesitant due to the prices in ETH that things are. See, here's a straightforward attack, which is very powerful, but kind of hard to maneuver. And frankly, I haven't had a whole lot of problems with clearing the monsters in this game. Like in Diablo, there are various settings where you can go hard and up the scale, where you can make your gameplay harder, but also increase the amount of experience and gold that comes in. I haven't found a way to do that in this game. And overall, even until the boss mobs, some of the boss mobs were a little bit interesting in the fact that they didn't really, maybe I've been killed once, but it ends up being the boss mob hits you and stacks a bunch of debuffs on you, and then that's when you know you're in trouble. But other than that, haven't run into a lot of issues. I have 10 stats. You get 5 stat points per level, but you also get a lot of quests. Well, not a lot, but a small percentage of quests that will also give you extra stat points to go ahead and allocate. Let's do 2, 2, 4. Always use more health. Everybody could always use more health. Working my way up here towards the level objective. I have kept my eye, and once in a while you'll see in chat the messages pop up that so-and-so is in the higher level dungeon and they're earning chests, and they find a nice NFT or something or other. That message will pop up once in a while. but that's the pay to play kind of, or pay to earn. All these games, you can't just jump in and, you know, pay nothing and expect to earn off them, but it also makes me hesitant on how much money I want to spend on it. So there was another game that was, it's a different type of game I was playing a few months ago. It was called Night Crows. Different type of game. Awesome, a pretty really nice game, but it had the same kind of tokenomics. I don't want to lump them into one bucket, but it seems like a lot of the games coming out of China and Korea are the same kind of thing, and I just don't want to jump in and spend money without having a good idea of what I'm going to get out of that money. But with that said, I think from what I see, a lot of this ends up getting, you need to get to end game, and then you need to collect some NFTs to wear on your person for your character, and then you need to go through the special dungeons, which you have to pay a certain amount to go through to be able to get the NFTs. And there are other parts to the tokenomics and everything to it. You could just buy the tokens outright. So, okay, going a little bit deeper in the dungeon. We've got a portal. I don't think I have much gear. Yeah, I'm still doing okay. See, here we go. Somebody just got a level 30 NFT treasure box. Just because you get an NFT treasure box doesn't mean you get an NFT, though, because it has a certain percentage to it's like a loot box, right? So you get the loot box drop, and then you have a small percentage chance of getting an NFT. But it's something you would build over time, build up the strength of your character, get better equipment. One thing I will mention also is that you really need to pay attention to the durability of your equipment, because you will break equipment if you don't watch. So I make sure that's like the first thing I do every time I come out of a dungeon. Now they do have the little ragdoll artwork at the top that pops up that shows you like a picture of your person, and then if something is getting ready to break down, it will go yellow, orange, and red. But I was not paying attention, and I lost a javelin that way, and it was a while before I could find another one. So I had to use another random weapon. And for the most part, when you throw down weapons or anything out of your inventory, it deletes it in this game. So if you have any questions about the game, just let me know in chat. I'll try to answer it. Like I said, I've been playing it for a little bit more than a week. I have probably 40 hours in at this point. I like the progression system, or the achievement system as well. So it gives you, keeps you aware of all the achievements you're doing, taking part in. And also the season trip and season pass are very much like other games, where you have certain objectives, and then you meet those objectives as time goes along, and you get, you know, different prizes, different things, gold, different other items. And I did notice that I think the loot drop as far as potions go is pretty high, and all other loot is high. But I also noticed that for this season, they have a buff going on that's called Greedy Demon. Reward increase for greedy treasure demons in the alternate world. So I think that this may mean that all the loot is increased for this season, since it's the first season, and that after this first season, the loot percentage may come down. But even with that said, I've just been selling stacks and stacks and stacks of potions that I haven't been using. Oh, and if anybody knows what these dragon blood potions let me, obviously it says boost strength, dex, energy, and vitality. But is that permanently, or is that just a temporary buff? Because I used one and I couldn't, it didn't tell me, you know, hey, this is good for 30 minutes or whatever. Hey, Justin, welcome to the stream. Justin asks, besides NFTs, is there a coin token you can earn playing the game? Yes, they do have a token. It is called... I'm trying to remember. It's called Seraph, I believe. I've been reading through their white paper, and I think that the Seraph token is largely like in other games where you hold a token and you can be... the more tokens you hold, you can vote on certain things going down in the game, that kind of utility. I'm not certain if you can stake the token to earn more, and I'm not certain around the whole utility around it because they are just bringing that out. I mean, it's been out for a while, but they're just implementing the tokenomics of it, so I'm not exactly sure about that. But as time goes along, we'll check that out. Okay, I'm going in the wrong direction. I was interested in that as well, though. Everything in the store is priced in either BNB or ETH. And if you've used ETH before, I'm not a big fan of ETH. I know it's big and everything, but why I'm not a big fan is the huge gas fees. But with that said, I like BNB. BNB has been pretty useful over the years. So if I can buy stuff in BNB, that'll be great. But a lot of this stuff, like the armor and stuff like that, is in ETH. So... I do know that you can pay for a pass. I think it's $50 or $75, and you can basically open your store and sell the goods that you get out of the higher end dungeons, which is another way to make money. But I'm trying to press forward to get to the end game to be able to, you know, experience a lot of that. They do obviously have ways to pay to advance, but I'm enjoying playing the game. I need to go ahead and go back and sell. Like I said, with the limited space in your bag, it fills up fast. Where did this take me? Repair, and then salvage. And obviously they have, much like Diablo and such, it has a way you can salvage your equipment and you get various other crystals and everything. But once again, if you go in and you try to forge gear, you will oftentimes... It's interesting though, because you can't forge up past rare as far as I know. And most of the stuff you get and you're going to use in the game is going to be rare. So you can take a common, forge it into uncommon or magic, and then forge that into rare. And then you can, you know, change it around by adding effects or changing one of the buffs and things like that. And you can go to the jeweler and you can add slots to it for gems and such. These orange ones are drops from the game. But I think that largely manipulating your equipment is also going to be locked behind something you have to pay for. Because some of these gems, unless you don't start getting them, it may be that I'm just not high enough to start getting those particular gems. and items to craft with. My stash is down here. You can see my stash is pretty much completely full. I'm trying to save. I'm a pack rat, but I hate to get rid of stuff and then turn around and need it. And also, I do like the amulet pack. Yeah, Justin. Yes, you can. I'll just bring this is the store, right? This is Act Pass, and it's the app you have to download for. It's basically a wallet as well that you download to use the game. But on this website, this is, as you can see, this person has a unique NFT. It's a breastplate. It's for sale for 0.235 ETH, which at this point is like, what, $1,200 or something like that. So as you can see, this stuff is pretty pricey. But also, and look at this character right here, this soul is 2.6 ETH. So a lot of this stuff is really expensive, but you get to the cheaper stuff, and I'm not exactly sure exactly what these feathers are good for yet, but you can see that they're priced in BNB. I don't know if you can put them up on the store and then choose whether you want ETH or BNB. I haven't figured that out yet, but I do know some of the lower, some of these feathers they're giving out are lower end, not exactly that expensive. So let's go ahead and jump back. Wait a minute, I've got a quest over here in this Sonora Cemetery. Yeah, let's go ahead and finish this one off first. So yeah, the I guess the overall goal is to make it to the end of the game, get yourself some NFTs to wear to increase your chance in the higher end dungeons, and then go to the special dungeons, earn the chests or the boxes, the loot boxes, and then get NFTs out of loot boxes and then sell those. So let's go back this way. I believe you can play with other people as well as go solo, because they give you an option when you come into the game whether you want to play solo or if you want to play with other people. I just chose solo. Level 3 of the dungeon. The storyline's been kind of hit or miss. I mean, it's got a storyline. It's not overall really impressive, but the play has been fine. I mean, other than, you know, what I said as far as the controls are a little bit, you just kind of have to get used to it. They're a little bit loose and not exacting. I haven't really had a lot of problems with the difficulties of the monsters. I will have to say, though, that compared to... I'm probably having more fun in this game than probably any other Web3 type game in the last couple of years. I mean, obviously comparing these games is kind of hard because they're all a little bit different, or a lot different. But I am an ARPG fan, so when I saw this pop up, I had to try it out. Justin says this makes me miss the old days of playing Diablo 2 for hours with a buddy. Yeah, I agree. I've loved the whole Diablo series. I currently got Diablo 4, and for some reason Diablo 4 just hasn't grabbed me. I liked Diablo. I really loved Diablo 2, Diablo 1, and I played a lot of Diablo 3. Just for some reason Diablo 4 just hasn't grabbed me. And yeah, this does have more than a passing resemblance to the Diablo franchise. In fact, I would argue that this Valkyrie is modeled after Amazon. Okay, here's a boss. See, that guy hit me with a cleaver and it just didn't even reduce my health. Well, Diablo 4, yeah, it got less than stellar reviews when it first came out. They've improved it a lot there. It's a good, solid game. It's just something, I don't know. I like to refer to that as that's called the X factor, right? There's just something about a game that once in a while you'll come across the game in your lifetime that just grabs you. You know what I mean? Diablo 2 did that to me. It's just like you said, played. I can't even remember how much of my life went into that game. Okay, we got a few nice items here, but once again, you have to do the whole identify scroll on the item. Neither of these I would really use. It took me a minute to figure out the difference on this particular class between using with the Valkyrie. You can use a javelin or you can use a spear. Now, if you use a spear, it's two-handed. If you use a javelin, you're going to want to pick up a shield. So you're using the one-handed plus the shield. Okay. Now, I beat him. Now I have to go back to town. Okay, let's go back and talk to this dude.
Even now, I can smell the rot,
some of this,
gravity in this blood.
most of this voice
Take
acting,
it to the church shrine
they just
and
really
recharge it. Hopefully, it'll like the little gift you brought. It's a long story, and if we go straight to the conclusion, I think the Ravine campground could contain all the secrets we seek. But we still...
Okay. Yeah, overall, I think that obviously this was made in either China or Korea, and they could have used a couple U.S. people on their document team to go over all the verbiage and the storyline and everything, because there's a lot of places where it says do this, but then when you do it, the words don't exactly line up, and you find yourself actually having to do something else to complete the quest. Okay, what are we doing here? We're talking to Alberto, and Alberto is a female. And not everybody has voiceovers, so of course anything named the Deathmire is not going to be a pleasant place to be. Okay, let's go ahead and dump. There's nothing there I need. We need to repair though. Always remember to repair. Break all this down. I get a ton of these magic shards and rare shards, and that's also another thing. Check this out. Some of this stuff, so for instance, some of these magic shards, these are bound to character, and some of those are bound to account. So a certain percentage of items you get are going to be able to either just be used by your character, or you can save it and put it on your account stash and use it for any character you have. Seems like over the last 10 years or so, games have been a fraction of the normal game size, and they're never complete. Yeah, but that is all in the development style. And I don't know, I work for a software company, right? I'm not a software developer, but I'm in IT. But the transition from what they call the waterfall method of developing software, which is where you develop something, you test it thoroughly, you make sure that there are very few bugs, if any, left, and then you put that out. That's called the waterfall method. And they've changed over to a new style, which basically benefits the games these days that are largely pay a monthly fee to keep playing. So they put out the game basically in small bits and keep improving and fixing as they go along, and that's called the agile method. So it's a change. Really, it was all forced by money, right? It's all forced, and I'm getting off the topic here, but it was all forced by companies wanting to make more money and companies wanting to make that monthly fee. We've transitioned from mostly, you can still buy a box game or still buy a game and pay one fee and buy the game, but most games are pay by the month, right? Pay a monthly fee to play. Even free-to-play games, they call them free-to-play, but still you end up paying per month for different things to end up playing the game. So, sorry, a little bit of a tangent there. Okay. Let's go back and sell. I'm going to turn the fan on because it's getting warm in here. Okay, let's check out our quest log. Subscription based is a super predatory move. There are a lot of things that games do that are predatory, I think, especially loot boxes. But I'm used to subscriptions because I've been a MMO player for years. I think loot boxes are worse than subscriptions, but I can see where you're coming from. Now, here's an example of another thing I'll show you. Up here to the right, they have Season Trip and Season Pass. So on the Season Pass, they have multiple tabs. They have rewards daily. So obviously you have a lot of, games have daily quests. So the first one is the role is online for 30 minutes. And I get pass points. I go ahead and receive those pass points. And then they accrue towards your season. And you can see that I'm almost at level 6 for the season. And then you get pass points at the end of the season. And then those pass points you can use to buy different things for your characters. So it looks like that if I get 1,000 up to, I don't know how many I'm going to get, but if I get 1,000, then 1,000 would buy me an extra rune bag, which would definitely help out, which is an extra, it would give me an extra 60 slots. This is where you put your bags at. Okay, let's check this out. Let's go up to the side quests. The side quests are indicated by the green marker. So let's talk to this guy. Woman. I don't know who it is. He's kind of an undead guy, kind of looking. So he wants me to purify a holy object. Okay. Offer the crystal shard at the Sonora Cathedral Cathedral Shrine again. Okay, let's see what happens here. Got the Oracle paper. There hasn't been a whole lot of run back and forth quests, but there are the standard quests. Oh, get this and purify it.
This looks like an ancient Seraphesia text. Umbra Chaos, Stellae Dissipantur, Shadow of Chaos, Stars Discrete, Fata Texunt Exedium, Acetoth et Tenebris Expurge Factus, Flos Marcescit Murmur Exiti, Spiritus Vitae Evanescent. That was a more primitive and higher dimensional power above the ultimate good of angels and the ultimate evil of demons. And the power
this
of
particular
the Lord of Chaos,
voiceover of this guy
Acetos,
just really
a
pulls me
monster
out
that
of the
existed
story. He
before
sounds like some
legends.
backwoods
Thousands of
guy
years
in the
ago,
middle of
Rakhtavira's
Appalachia.
descent had already brought disaster. They are easier to find than you think. Right in the cemetery of Sonora Cathedral.
Well, let me guess. I need to go to another cemetery. And you get random items. A lot of this ancient snake skin, which at certain points it gives you extra hit points. At certain points it gives you extra magic points. So this one gives me 10 more hit points, which always helps. Took away the potion I developed. The potion is our only hope for curing crystal erosion. We don't want that. Why did he take the potion? Okay. He's in the cemetery. Gotta go find him. Okay. Go over this way. Boss or something over here. Yep. Elite warrior. Kind of reminds me of the Crusader in Diablo 2 or 3, which had a flail AoE attack like this. Pretty good special effects and pretty good background music. Now we go to the Death Marsh. Death Marsh. I found it funny that they use moose in this one. Evil moose. Goats. Rams. So part of me was also saving up a lot in my stash in case when they go to season 2 they reduce the drop rate. I'll have a bunch of stuff build up that I can use. Marsh. Let's see what's in the cave. Full again. I also found out during play, just going along, that the tab will open up the map. When I originally did my playthrough, I couldn't find most games. Press M and it'll open a map. Not this one, it's tab. Still, I'm glad it has it. So you can look at the map you've uncovered, figure out where you need to go. Some good stuff. And I have to go back and sell anyway, so. I hope at the end of the season I can afford to get a new bag. I wish on the blacksmith you could go between salvage, sell and repair, and forge without having to back out every time. Identify this new. The amulet bag is one thing I like. The amulet pack. It's only frost resistance 4. Takes up 3 slots. Let's get it salvaged. Stuff. Don't need that. Boss in here. Now, if I went the other route and outfitted her to be a range, then this quiver would have come in handy. And you can see some of these items with the little, I don't know what they call that, a catechus, a little icon there for sale, means that you can sell this on the market if you have bought a stall. Which basically I think costs $50 or $75, and I'm not sure how long that's good for, if it's a one-time purchase or if you have to continually to renew that. Back to the moose. Dumped out in a different portion of the marsh. Lost medicinal materials. Now see, this is another thing the game's been doing. That was the lost medicinal materials, but it credited me for finding the food. I had another quest that did something to that effect when I was going through the last act and I was killing the archangels. It credited me for killing one of them, but it was really the other one I killed. I had to end up logging out of the game completely, restarting the game, and then it credited me correctly. There's level 40. Achievement. Exquisite chests are the ones that have the better loot. There's a portal. Go back and sell. For some reason, it doesn't let you, unless you got enough space. For some reason, you have to have a bunch of space to be able to salvage a lot of materials at one time. Even though the materials you're getting out of salvaging only take up one spot. Okay. Another boss over here. A boss moose. Night Feast Blood Moose. There's two bosses. Well, not really bosses, but ramos. Cultists who take supplies. Lost food. So, where else? There's another named mob up here. Spend the skill points. And I got another season pass reward, another daily event. Disassemble 20 arbitrary items. Guess I'll have to go up this way. Going east. I don't want to go east. There's actually a marker over here. Side quest marker. Forest altar. Let's check out what's in here. There's an exquisite chip. There's a document. Thanks everybody if you're just joining me. Let me know if you have any questions about the game. We are in Act 6. I'm playing a Valkyrie shield javelin build, mostly AoE. I'm finding the game pretty fun to play. I've been playing it for, I don't know, probably definitely over 40 hours now, but probably closer to 50 at this point. Looks like there's a quest over here. What's over here? Oh, it's a portal. Okay, let's go back and empty out the pack. Like I said, hopefully by the end of this Season 1, I will have enough points to buy another bag, because that's one of the main pain points here. A lot of this stuff, 9/10 of it I just break down because I don't have a use for it. Space for it either. Okay, those are the quest items. I thought at first that a lot of gold was dropping, because as you can see I have 2 million gold. But let me tell you what, I went in and I went to the jeweler and I started combining gems. Man, I blew through like 1 million in nothing flat. You can come over to the jeweler and do typical things we're used to, like fuse gems. But then once you start fusing them, the price goes up very rapidly. Especially if you want to take, like if you want to take a gem out of a slot, say for instance you want to save a gem and just get rid of the equipment, that's like 100,000 right there. Okay, let's go back. So at first it seems like a lot of gold, but you can blow through it and nothing flat. Okay, the main quest is at the cemetery. Let's just, I really need to finish off this side quest, the end of the road. Let's go back to the Death Marsh. Okay, looks like it's up here to the right. Kill all these moose and goats. Evil moose. There's a... Oh, let's take some fast. Yeah, I'm glad I stuck with this build. I was about ready to bail out of it until I got the AoE. And here's another part of the game. these desecrated shrines. Once in a while you will come across a desecrated shrine, and very much like in Diablo, you have to clear the shrine. You have to either kill a bunch of monsters and collect their souls, or you have to kill a bunch of monsters and let the shrine suck the mana out of you. But basically what happens is whenever you clear one of these, you get one of these amulet keys, and then you use the amulet keys to open up different portions of your amulet pack. And obviously the more portions you have open, the more amulets you can have, and the amulets have different stat bonuses on them. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Let's go ahead and clear this now. Okay, so this one takes different items. 6 seal cores, 6 perfect diamonds, and 6 brand cores, and I don't have any of those. I might have a few, but I don't have any perfect diamonds. So I will have to come back to this. Lost smelting materials. Okay. So now I can return to the Sonora Cathedral. Once again, it says church here. Kind of the same thing, but difference in verbiage. Okay, let's go back. And talk to Alberto, the only woman that I've ever met that was named Alberto. Wow, you really found them. I began to wonder if those supplies had grown legs and escaped. Your sense of humor saved a tragedy. Thank you, my hero. These supplies are very important to us. And I get a nice shield out of it. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, that'll definitely be better. That'll definitely be an upgrade. 80 armor. Nice. Doubles my armor. I want to save that amethyst though. And when I equipped that, I also got a prefix core, which is a building material. So to take that gem out and save it, I'm going to have to go over here to the jeweler and go to Notching and take inlay. And then I add that, and you can see that it's going to cost me 100k to take that gem out. But I need that gem. So I withdrew the gem, and now I can just tear down the shield, salvage the shield. Sell these extras. You can buy potions, so I'm not going to keep a whole lot of extra potions. I've been selling potions left and right, and scrolls. Okay, got another season pass reward here. Under daily event, open any chest 10 times. Another 100 pass points. Thank you very much. I will take those. I have 3 side quests I could do. Go to the cemetery. I can just walk out the door here to the cemetery. side quest here, and we also have the main quest in zone. Looks like we have two side. Well, we have one side quest in zone, and then one where you have to zone out. I've already been through here earlier. I'm trying to go. I'm going the opposite way of what I need to go. I also have this little interesting addition of a pet, which I guess acts as kind of a store if you have it active. And you can get some scrolls in the game to grant you extra days of activity for your pet, but otherwise it becomes something else you have to pay for to keep the pet active, which I guess basically acts as a traveling merchant for you, so you don't have to keep going back to town, which does make it handier, but if you don't have the free days for it, it ends up being something else to pay for. I can't figure out how to get where I need to be. Let's go up here. And here's a named mob here. This guy's got a lot of hit points. Thunder and lightning sound effects in this game are so laying down on the job. Another elite warrior. Here's Edamir. I got another season pass objective met. 1,000 enemies were destroyed. That's a daily thing you can get. Another 200 points. And then that yields, oh nice! I get 1,000 pass points. You know what that can get me? That can get me a bag. Bag, come here. Thank you very much. I need that bag. Thank you very much. So, as it turns out, you don't have to pay $10 for a bag. You can get at least one for free just for playing. Takes a while to get to it, though. Okay, let's talk to Edamir. Let him drink that potion. And of course now he's going to kill me because he's become crazy. This dude that's been helping me out for a while. Crusher of Giants. Okay. Go to the cemetery to find the Edelworm chamber. Looks like, oh, another season. Objective. Expansion backpack. Oh, so I met an objective just by getting my first backpack. That's 50,000 gold, but I went through chapter 1 already and got my rewards, which was a chest and some other items. And I'm working on chapter 2 now. But you can still backfill the mission objectives and get your prize. Okay. Let's go on back to town. And talk to the apothecary with that potion. Oh, where's Edamir? Well, he turned crazy after drinking the potion and attacked me, so I had to kill him. He's left. He left already. He sure did leave. And my prize is a scroll detailing an ancient magic, which boosts my magic points. Which I don't use my magic points, but they come in handy with clearing magic shrines. 10 extra. So, repair. Always remember to repair. Salvage. Stones I haven't been using. I guess it takes higher end equipment to be able to slot stones into, because I haven't run across a whole lot of items. Let's take a look. Just see if I can notch. Well, first of all, you have to take, like, this new shield I got. Let's see if we can do anything with that. Nope, can't. You can only punch holes on non-unique equipment. Okay. So even this, like, this javelin I got, you can't use it either. Can't put equipment that doesn't generate grooves. So I still haven't figured out the grooving, that kind of thing. There was one piece of equipment that I was able to put a gem into, but haven't completely figured that out yet. Still working on that. I'm thinking that it might be higher end equipment that I don't have access to yet. Okay, we're at the bottom of the half hour. Thanks for joining me. This has been Bronzedrag0n. And what did we accomplish here today? I went through several side quests and storyline quests. We accomplished about 2.5 levels. I'm at level 40 now. And when we next picked up, like I said, I'm driving towards the end game, which will be, taking a look at this, passing Act 10 and then getting to the Void Realm, where you can start doing the nicer quests, the higher end quest for the NFTs. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the flip side.